All right, good evening. Today is, I always got to look at the calendar so I don't get it wrong. Is the second, 2nd of June, 2021. And today we're going to be talking about something briefly, and then I'm going to open it up for Q&A. What I'm going to be talking about today is the imposter syndrome. The imposter syndrome that we all go through when we start coaching. And sometimes we get it as we are coaching. All right. So I'm going to open it up with that. And then I'm going to open it up for Q&A. And it doesn't have to be exactly about what I just talked about, but I want you to come up with your best questions because I'm going to do free coaching right here until, we've satisfied everyone. So it's going to be like a group coaching setting. All right. So for those that don't know me, Carlos, I'm co-founder of the 413 Global Group. We've been in the business in Beachbody for about almost 10 years now. So we are a superstar diamond team. We are in the Latino network, in the Latino community in Beachbody. We were pretty much the trailblazers for the Latino community. So that's what we're known for in Beachbody coaching. But my wife and I, we've taken it up to another level, and we've involved um, a training system from the Destiny Global system. If you ever heard of it, is Danny Johnson. And my wife and I, we've stepped it up to the point where right now we are bringing coaches or Beachbody coaches to another level. We're not just going to be the type of coaches that get out there and push product. That's not us. We're here to transform lives. We're here to serve people because as you do that, just like the golden rule, if you help other people get what they want, you're eventually going to get what you want. So we live by that. And what we have done is that we have married a system that has to do with personal development, business training, and then the Beachbody coaching business. So when you hear me train and when you hear me talk about different principles, is because we have developed a system, my wife and I, that has worked, and we have been able to raise leaders and advance people, get people to earn six figures. And if that's something that you want to do with this business, pay attention. Pay attention, because man, if you really want this, you are going to be able to break it open in less than 2 years. Pay attention. Okay. My wife was able to leave her job at the 2 year mark, and she was in corporate America. She used to work at a bank. And once she was making more than the manager in the branch, she was like, I don't want to know if I should take any more crap from somebody here. I earn more than the manager. I'm leaving. But she left on a good note. She didn't have to like quit. She actually gave them time to find a replacement, put in her 2 weeks, and it was a graceful walk away. I would love that for you. I don't know if you love your job or your vocation, but it's kind of ridiculous to stay at your job or whatever you do for a living and you're making double and triple in the business of Beachbody coaching. That is my desire for you. So today, I want to talk about the imposter syndrome that we all go through when we get started as a coach. So when I got started, um, I couldn't like really fit in the coaching title because in my head, I had to be somewhat of I guess, a personal trainer or something like that to be able to talk about it. And I had this idea in my head that I had to have the pretty much the fitness model look. I thought I had to go for the six packs and looking all fit. And I quickly realized that that's not what Beachbody is about. The name may confuse people, Beachbody, that you're supposed to look good for your beach body. But when I understood that all we're here for is to connect people to a system that produces results for them. Once I realized that, I was like, oh, I could be a coach. I understand this. All I got to do is connect people to the system. When I really realized this, I was like, all right, I don't need somebody to tell me that I'm a coach. I already know what the system does. All I got to do is coach people into the system. When I got that, I disconnected totally from the idea that I was an imposter coach. Because you get this idea that people are not going to accept you as a coach because there's people that know you in your life before the lifestyle, before you starting to get fit, before you starting to really look after yourself and, oh, I want to lose weight, I want to look better, I want to be able to do this for my kids. People know the lifestyle you had before that. They used to know me as the weekend, parties and the weekend get-togethers, and just not really watching what I was eating. I mean, I was uncontrollably gaining weight. So all of a sudden, I'm a coach. So that was very hard for me because my friends were like, "Are you serious? You're what? You're a coach? Look at you, man. Look at you." So I was like, "Yeah, I'm a coach." So it was hard for them to grasp it because they knew me in my ways before. So I had to stay focused on what the whole vision was, to build this as a business, because you got to really step off the employee mentality into a business owner. And what I understood is that I was solving people's problems by getting them into a system that gets them results. That is it. That's the only thing that clicked in my mind. And I disconnected from thinking I had to have the perfect body or the perfect weight or look a certain way with my shirt off. So I was like, you know what? That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to connect people so they can work on their goals. So if you, I don't know if you ever really looked at the most successful coaches in the network, many of them don't have perfect bodies. Many of them don't look like fitness models. In fact, the most high earning coaches don't even look like fitness models. What I want you to grab from this is that, yes, work on yourself. Yes, keep working on whatever journey you're on. But don't allow where you are right now to stop you from saying proudly that you're a coach. And if you don't believe right now that you're a coach, I invite you to really understand that nobody has to certify you, nobody has to approve you for you to say you're a coach. You know why? Because I used to play baseball when I was growing up. And if somebody needs a little league coach, I could just simply volunteer and say, hey, I could do little league coaching just because I played the sport. Coaching is just this, like this is my definition. Coaching is, I see it's kind of flinching. I don't know if you heard me right. Well, coaching is a person that is just a few steps ahead of another. That's simple. So if you have lost 5 pounds, guess what? You can be a coach to someone that wants to lose 5 pounds. So right then in that moment, you have become someone's coach. Now, what do we need to do as a coach in Beachbody? What do we got to do? We got to know the system. We got to know what nutrition programs we offer, what exercise programs we offer, and how we support each other in the community. So when you're inviting into what? You're inviting to what? To a group? You're inviting into a community? What are you inviting into? That's one thing that I had to get really clear as I was starting as a coach. I was like, okay, if I'm not going to be the show, because I'm not going to be the fitness model people are after, I got to invite to where they see results. So most of you belong to a challenge group. Most of you have a coach that put you in a challenge group. And in that is community. Invite to a community. That way you take yourself out of the picture and people are not looking at you specifically. Okay. So that when you're inviting someone so they can work on their goals, you are focusing on their results. Take yourself out. And whatever you do when it comes to coaching, all you got to do is coach them through what you've done before for your journey. Giving examples of yourself and giving examples of other people that have had results in the group. That's it. That's as simple as it gets in coaching. Now, how do you make the big bucks? You got to have a lot of people. That's it. Multiply it. So if you have 5, then set a goal to have 30. If you have 30, set a goal to have 100. And you can progress towards that goal every month, adding a few here and there, and then making sure they get results. As you do that, and your team grows and your community grows, so will your pockets. When you focus on other people first, on helping them achieve their goals, you will be a successful coach. And nobody can doubt who you are. No one. And you're going to have more confidence. Even if you just help your cousin the first time, like the first coach you ever enrolled was just your cousin. Make sure your cousin gets some results, something. Get your spouse involved. Yes, get them in there. I was a stubborn one. My wife got me in here. I was the one that was like, no, still cook my rice and beans and all that meat on the plate and everything. Stop it. Don't put no diet food on my plate. That was me at the beginning. But I understood that it worked when I saw her results. Her results sold me. I was like, damn. Hold on. My wife getting hotter and I am staying behind. I gotta do something about this. So what I do, I sneaked Insanity. Insanity was the program back then. I bought Insanity behind her back and I started working out. And she didn't know I was working out to it. And then she called me one morning, sweating my ass off. I was in the living room jumping up and down. And she's like, oh, what are you doing? Nah, you give this a try. But giving that a try, I lost 37 pounds. And it actually like helped me understand why she was eating healthier and why she was drinking this Shakeology thing. I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. All right, I'll see what that is. And all of a sudden, we're both coaching. It took us 4 months to realize other people wanted what we had. And from then on, I took no for an look. If somebody said no, I would laugh in their face. I'll say, really? That's something that you can honestly tell me, that you don't want to look better, that you don't want to feel better, that you don't want to be around for your kids, or you want to be that parent that sits on the park bench? Really? So for me, it changed the way that I was being a dad. It changed the way that I was performing with my wife. It was like, wow, I should have done this before, and I'm too young to just let go. That was my realization. That to me is what sealed the deal. And I said, you know what? If someone wants to doubt that I'm a coach, they can do whatever they want. They can think whatever they want. But I know this works. So the first step for you is the belief system. your belief that this works must be ingrained. It must be instilled in you by your own results. So if you're getting results, you qualify as a coach. Period. That's it. So the imposter syndrome, you can start knocking it off and start laughing at it and kick it out the door because you qualify as a coach. So be proud to say you're a coach because you are. All right. If you needed authorization, I stamp you with the stamp of approval. You're a coach. But in reality, your stamp of approval is your results. Okay. So hopefully you're like you got what I just try to explain to you, that many coaches go through this at the beginning and sometimes throughout their career as a coach because people question. There's people out there that question. There's people out there that like a piece of paper. Oh, are you certified with NASM? Are you certified with blah? No, I'm not. But guess what? I got more results in my challenge group than a personal trainer that works at the gym. In our group, we have thousands, thousands. That's more than many personal trainers that have multiple certificates and degrees and all that stuff. That has nothing to do. The proof is in the pudding. So what is it, what does the word say? Oh, the word says, by their fruits you shall know them. And that's what I concentrate on. I concentrate on my fruit. Is my fruit what I say it will be? Because if I'm not getting the right fruit, that means that I'm not sowing the right seed. That means I'm not actually doing the work. So if I'm showing good fruit and your challenge groups are showing good fruit, guess what? You're a great coach. You're an amazing coach. And nobody else has to validate that but the results of your people. The results of the people that come to your challenge group, the results of the people that are turn into coaches and become great testimonies. So don't ever allow this false identity of imposter syndrome enter your mind, because all you got to do is go out, help one person, and bam, you're back in the game. All right. So hopefully you understood that principle. And I'm going to stop the training right there. And I'll answer any questions you have about the training. And then we're going to open it up for Q&A about the business period. If you have any concerns, obstacles, goals, things that you don't think that you've been able to achieve, or you're like, man, by this time I should have been at this level and I'm not. Can you help me out with that? So we can do free coaching the rest of the call. So I'm opening it up for you.
I don't really have a question about the training. Mine more so is, like I was talking about the other day, I was telling her I was checking up on a girl to see how she was doing, but she just won't open my messages. It's like the people I'm checking in with, they just like aren't responding anymore.
These are people in your group.
Some of the people that sign up under me, yeah, some of the customers, yeah.
Okay, they're clients and they're supposed to be
One of
in.
them actually switched to me. The one that won't respond switched to me from someone else because she didn't feel like she was getting helped enough. But now she won't even open my messages.
You saw my face? Look, this is not the first time this happens, okay?
Yeah.
It is notorious when someone badmouths a coach and comes to your organization that they will do the same thing to you. Okay? That is something we have proven over the years. And if we've been in the business just a minute, okay? And we understand that there's a cycle here. There's customers in the network that I've seen customers be in 3 different teams in a year. And I'm like, wasn't that person with such and such? And then 2 months later, isn't this what? Is this the same person? I've seen coaches quit and 6 months later sign up with another coach. And they don't do nothing. They don't do jack, nothing. All right. So don't feel bad about that because most people that jump around, that's the way they live their life. If she's doing it like to you, she did it to another coach. Just, I mean, think about that. It's just like relationships, right? You got somebody that's like jumping from one relationship to another. Do they really take it serious? Not really. So don't worry about that person. It's just a problem they have. It has nothing to do with you as a coach. Okay. Now tell me about the other people that are not hoppers.
Well, I only have I think 3 or 4 total.
Mm-hmm.
But the other ones, um, again, I messaged her earlier this morning and she hasn't responded yet. And her thing is always, um, she gets so hung up on the food. She just is so hung up on the food. She just can't
Uh-huh.
wrap her head around this food part. And that's what she tells me every time I check up on her. But they're good. I mean, they're okay. It's just not, I haven't found anyone that's like really like, yay,
Yeah. Yeah.
like very into it yet. So it's no.
I'm gonna tell you this, Courtney. At the beginning, concentrate on bringing in new blood. Really focus on bringing in new blood because 80% are the people that stay. I mean, that just go in and out. 20% stays. And most of the time, 5% is the actual team.
Yeah, true.
And that's in every area of life. It doesn't matter. Because if you go into a certain career, Val, what do you do? Or what's your what did you do? Did you do a career?
So
Huh?
it's not. I said I work with the hospital, so it's not like come and go type.
Okay. What's the career though?
It's just billing, insurance.
Okay. Okay. In most careers, you got a lot of people that graduate in whatever field it is, right? And like Courtney, what do you do?
I'm in business development right now, for an
Okay.
Intel.
And did you go to school for this?
More or less. I have a no, not necessarily business development. I went to school for business management, but it all kind of ties together.
Yeah. And out of people that go into that field, how many people are successful really?
Mm, I guess it depends what, I don't know. The company that I'm at is very nice. I mean, I will say it's very nice.
Yeah,
But I
it
guess
could
it
be
just depends where
nice.
you end up.
How many
Yeah.
people are actually successful out of the bunch that come in?
I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta look at every field, okay? In any field, there's a lot of people that get prepared to do something, and then when the moment comes to perform, they drop everything.
Yeah.
Lack of commitment. So you're gonna experience this as a coach. You're gonna have a lot of people in your group. Let's just say that you drop in 10, two will participate. One will actually get results. And I need you to get comfortable with that number.
Yeah.
So what do we do as coaches? We bring in new blood every month. Because if we want to grow a team, it needs to be with new blood every month, new people every month. The new people will keep your group alive. Because why? They're excited. They're ready to go. But then 2 or 3 months down the road, you don't know where they're going to be. Are they going to be the coach that's going to be engaged? Are they going to be the client that actually posts? Are they going to be the person that gets results? You don't know. because you can't control what people decide to do with their life. You know, one thing that I wrote down early in my training, humans do what they want to do. Humans do what they want to do. You can't control it. So if you like, I would say, put that load on you, then you're gonna be stressed out or you're gonna be like frustrated. That has nothing to do with you. I need you to control what you can control. And the only thing that you can control is your activity, not theirs. So one thing that I could tell you to help you is that your expectations at the beginning need to be super clear with every client and every coach that comes in. I would say develop maybe a few agreements that you talk to people before they get started, right? Like let's say you do a getting started right call and the person says, "I got my package." Great. You got your package. Let's get into a call as you open the box. Boom. At that call, establish your expectations for that person. At that call is when you say, okay, here's how it works in my group. Boom. You start expectations. Here's how it works in my group. Here's how it typically works in my group. Everybody posts daily. And what do? They post one time a day. I don't expect you to do collages and do all this stuff and be on there all day. But I need you to post one time per day. And I just want you to post, just check in, okay? One picture and check in with your Shakeology. Then once a month, I need your weigh in and before and after pictures. Weigh in and before and after pictures every month. Can we agree to that? And then shut up and wait for the response. Why did I tell you to shut up? Because a lot of people just keep over talking.
Yeah.
Let them agree to your terms. Your expectations are put up front. But if you put somebody into a challenge group and you don't give them expectations, don't expect them to do anything. You had no agreement from the beginning. Now, if a person says, "Yeah, sure, I'll do that," good. I need it on Monday. Oh, next Monday? Yeah, next Monday. So really watch what you're doing because you can mess up what you did in the week and the weekend. So Monday, I want that before and after picture. Can I count on that? And then shut up. And the person's gonna be like, "Oh, okay." What just happened psychologically? This person just committed. You made that person say yes. So guess what? You did not tell them what to do. They just committed to posting their before and after. And then you say, "You know what? I'm going to have 10 in the group post their before and after. Can I count that you're going to be one of those 10 without me calling you, without me prompting you? Can that be you?" And the person then shut up. And that person's going to be like thinking, like, "Damn, I got to commit again." So when they say, "Yeah, sure, I will," you just made that person say yes twice. Now they're convincing themselves. Okay. So you can get them to commit a third time too by saying, "Okay, on Monday, I'm going to just go through my list and I'm going to be checking off the people that start posting. All right. So when I see yours, I'm going to check you off and I'm going to give you a shout out. Okay. Can I count on that?" "Yeah, sure." Bam. You just made that person commit 3 times to posting their before and after. So your expectations must be clear and get the person to commit to their goals. They're not your goals. It's their goals. You're there to help them achieve their goals. Don't put none of the pressure on yourself. And this is what great coaches do. Great coaches keep it client focused. It's never about us. Never. I could coach you one on one and I'll talk to you all day and I'll get off of this chair and not have anything to do with your problems because they're all yours. Same thing with your clients. They come and they commit and they made an investment in a challenge pack to come to your group to work on their goals. You are there as a coach to just simply guide them and give them expectations of what you expect in your group. This is what I expect from you. This is what you can expect from me. And you set that up straight from the beginning, and you're gonna have a better success in group dynamic and participation. Keeping always in mind that the leader of the pack maintains the speed of the pack. So you gotta lead by posting and all of that, saying present and everything. So that is the key to have participation in your team. If you don't have that right now, I suggest you get on the phone with each one of them and stop texting. This is one thing that I have an issue with. I'm an old school person. I call, I don't text. I call you. For real. You're not picking up. I mean, you're not responding to my text. I'm calling you directly and I'm leaving a voicemail. I say, hey, I just want to make sure that you're okay. Nothing bad happened to you. I sent you a text and you're not responding. I'm concerned. I need to know if something bad happened to you. Can you please give me a call back? It's just going to be a quick 5-minute call. Click. Most of them get back to me because they're like, no, nothing happened. It's not that. It's just that I'm busy. Blah 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 blah. Some excuse, right? But at least they got back to you. But I'd rather get somebody on the phone than a text. When I see a conversation going sour in a text, and you know what that is because it feels weird, get on the phone. Stop texting. That's my rule. When I'm texting somebody and we're not getting the right idea across, I'm like, this is kind of awkward right now. Did that person get offended or what? All right, let me get on the phone. Let me just get on the phone. Hey, you got 5 minutes to talk? That's it. That's my easiest way to get somebody on the phone. Hey man, you got 5 minutes? Real quick. Bam. So I would recommend that. Connect with them again. Ask them for their goals. What do they want? Why do they want it? Get a deep enough why out of them. Don't just get a superficial why. Oh, I want to fit in my dress for the August party, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you want to fit in the dress for your August party. So why is that important to you? Well, it's going to be my son's birthday. I want to be able to look good and all that. So what would happen if you didn't lose those 20 pounds and you couldn't fit into that dress? So you see what I'm saying, what I'm doing? I am digging into the why. Don't allow yourself to be a superficial why. Like people tell me superficial whys and I go, that's not enough. Everybody wants to lose weight. Get out of here. Everybody wants to look great. That's not a why. Everybody wants to fit in their jeans. Well, that's not a why. So just become a master asker. Be good at asking questions. Just develop that habit, develop that skill. And man, you're going to be an amazing coach. Yep.
Thank
Does
you.
that clarify you? Like bring
Yes.
clarity to you?
It sure did. Thank you so much.
Good, good.
Hey, Carlos. To that, which is great. I love it because I haven't set expectation with some of my girls, which I'm gonna get on a phone call with them. It was a great tip. But at what point, to those that you did set the expectations and they're not answering, at what point do you let it get cold? Like if you already text, call, even tag them on the BOD group as to, hey, where you at? And you even tag them on there and they don't respond.
Call them. I straight up call them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we afraid to call people?
No, but even if you call them, they still don't.
Well,
They
if you
just don't
call
want to
them,
participate.
if you call them and you leave voicemails, I would say three times, and I'm gonna leave you alone. That's it. Because you don't deserve my time. Period. I'd rather spend that time with my kids, my wife, go out, have a nice dinner, than call you that you don't freaking, I'm not going to spend time with somebody that doesn't respect mine. So one thing you got to learn as a coach is to give your time to people that deserve it, not people that need it. There's some needy people out there. They drain you. So don't spend time with the needy people. Spend time with the people that show up. Spend time with the people that actually do what you tell them, and your expectations, they carry it out. Those people deserve your time. But the people that are needy, Eileen, Eileen, Eileen. No, no, don't waste your time.
Okay. Because I even have one that even told me, I'm not going to use your VOD group. And I said, well, this is the only way that I can keep up with everybody. If you don't, if you don't post your workouts, if you don't post your Shakeology, I don't know if you're doing what you're supposed to do. So if you're not going to use the VOD group, that's the
Eileen, do
only
you
way.
know why she's not using it?
I should have asked, but I think I don't know, maybe
backtrack on that.
I need to know exactly, but she did tell me it straight, yeah, that she's not using it.
So it's like this. I'm not gonna use your BOD. Well, you have a reason for saying that. Do you mind if I ask you what that is? Shut up. and let me see the excuse that flies out of her mouth. So most of the time, people have reasons for what they do. You just got to give the space and not be argumentative about your expectations when they don't have it clear. They don't have it clear that that's the way that you communicate and that's how you run the group. But then you're like, hey, you got to be in the group, blah, blah, blah. They're like, no, I'm not using it. Obviously, you have a reason for saying that. Do you mind if I ask you what that is? I'm just curious. And shut up and wait. Most of the time, you avoid some kind of conflict, by asking questions and being patient. The lack of patience really kills our business. And being impatient with people, because this is new to them. This is not something this is brand new, like going into a freaking app and checking in. That's new. It may be overwhelming to some people. So you got to understand that there's some people that are super busy that they're like, oh my God, another app. Oh no. And they get overwhelmed. But now you got to find out why they're overwhelmed. What's going on in their life? How come they don't have time? And you see why my wife and I have developed ourselves in personal development. And the reason is because oh my goodness, people don't have any control of their time. This is crazy. People become enslaved to what they do. And we got to stop this. So you have the solution for her. The thing is that you're just going to have to become a more curious coach as to why people are doing what they do. And they're telling you, no, I'm not going to do this, or I don't like the nutrition, la, 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 la. There's a reason why they're saying that. Maybe they were hurt before. Maybe they had a bad experience and you don't know it. They're not doing it to you. It's because they had a bad experience. So that could be the scenario with that one. Anything else on that? Aylin? No, no, time mute.
I was on mute. Yeah, I am gonna ask because she's actually a kind of close friend. We just don't see each other often.
Maybe
But now that you said that,
reconnect.
I didn't ask because I was like, I wanted to give her space, but then I'm curious why. I know she's working out because she will text me instead of doing something in the group.
Yeah. You know, there's a very successful coach in the team that does things that we don't do. And she's super successful. She's an elite coach. And I'm like, I'm not going to stop her to do her business the way she likes to do the business just because she don't do it the way we like to do the business. So there's things that people do. It's like Diana. Diana, when she started, we were like, oh, you're not going to use social media? Oh my God, you're not going to be successful. I didn't say that. She had her own way. And where's this team from? Diana. So this is what I'm saying. It's like, you don't know why she's doing that. You probably are maybe tapping into a new model of doing this business the way she does it. So just be curious and just talk and maybe reconnect with her, go out for coffee, something, and reconnect. See what's on her mind. Yeah. Sometimes just a talk just irons everything out. All right, Eileen. Anything else, Eileen? Eileen?
Aileen. As it, same as yours. Spell it. Aileen.
Okay, any other questions on that? Did I clarify your... Okay, good. That's my goal, to get you clear on what you're thinking. Tell me, do you have any obstacles right now that you're like, I can't get over this. I don't know how am I going to get over this problem? Or you're not where you want to be? Talk to me. I know something's pulling your gut right now. And you're like, I don't want to look stupid.
I know I have a I know I have a big obstacle, but I think it's a long conversation. So
try me. Try me.
Try you. Well, let's see how I put this in better words. So I have a full-time job, and that's also my own business. So I am, for the longest, I'm trying to find, and I'm trying to get better at it. Little by little, I'm trying to focus on what is it called? Like a balance. That way I know I'm putting the right amount of energy in the right place, but it's been difficult for me. So I've heard you on other calls, believe me, I have, talk about it's difficult to have two business, like to be doing two things at the same time. I've heard you many times said that. So that's always in the back of my mind.
That?
I believe that you can do it as long as you do it the right way.
Okay, now that's right there the issue. it's either true or not true that you can build two businesses at the same time.
Yeah.
It's either true or not true. So it all depends on your skill level and your time management.
Mhm.
So when it comes to the other business, which one has more priority?
My other business.
The other business, is it because it's the largest income?
Yes.
Okay. And is that income, your family depends on it?
Yes.
Okay. That's the reason why you're torn right now. Okay. So you need to come to the realization that Beachbody is a part-time gig. Okay. So I want you to start looking at Beachbody. What is your main income from? What is it from?
From my other business.
What is the business? What is
Oh,
the industry?
the industry, oil and gas.
Oil and gas. Okay. And what are you, an administrator? What do you do?
Basically, yes, I run all of the administrator work of the
Okay.
of
So you
the
work in
business.
operations, administration. Okay.
Everything, a little
So
bit
if I
of
was to
everything
ask
besides
you,
besides making a metal part.
right. So if I was to ask you, what do you do for a living? What would you say?
I work in the oil and gas business. Yeah, that's what I do for living.
Okay. And I'm also a Beachbody coach part-time. That's what you gotta come to, like a realization that that's what you do. So you say, I am I am the head of operations for my business in oil and gas, and I'm also a Beachbody coach. Bam. Or yeah, it's just come to the realization that this is part-time for you. Yes, you want to grow it, but the reality is you can't neglect the primary. You cannot neglect it. I couldn't neglect my primary source while I was in the military and let that career go to crap. My wife couldn't neglect her duties at the bank while she worked at the bank and let that one go down. You have to make a decision and say, okay, Beachbody is part-time. I'm going to work it so that it becomes full-time if I wish to. But if you actually are torn right now because the other business you have is something that you really want to grow, then just come to the realization that Beachbody is part-time for you. For us, it wasn't. For us, it was our goal to freedom. My wife and I worked this till 2, 3 in the morning. I'm telling you, literally, 7 days a week. We worked like, I think it was like 5 years in a row that way to be where we are today. We were determined that we were going to leave our jobs. So that may not be your driver right now. And you got to build your business the way that you want to build your business so that you can enjoy your business. Because if you're doing this business and you don't enjoy it, you're doing something wrong. You should enjoy it. Why? Because your why needs to be clear. And if your why is not clear in this business, you need to revisit that. Revisit it. Because I've seen people quit this and go back to a freaking job because they quit it in the first place to come here and then they quit it and then go back to the job. Did you just go back to your worst case scenario? No, we can't do that. So what do we got to do is reconnect with your why. Why did you start the Beachbody business? And how large do you want to grow it? What is your goal? Do you have that clear? Have you written
No,
that down?
no.
Mm-hmm. So what I would suggest that you do is write down your goal with this business, how big you want to grow it by the end of the year. and establish I would say a schedule, a plan as to how you're going to achieve that goal that you set up for this business. Then you can enjoy your activity and actually not feel torn between the two.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you're probably going to grow faster when you look at the business that way than having the stress on, oh my God, I'm torn between the two. No, you shouldn't be.
I mean, one thing
Carlos,
that I know for sure is I know what I enjoy. Um, I just need to make sure, like you said, I need to have it clear in my mind how fast and where I want to go, because I can't move both fast at the same way. Um, you know, because one is the priority right now. I have to make sure that I'm not, um, like I said at the beginning, I have to make sure I use my right energy at the right level, because then if I try to mix both at the same time, it's it's
Yeah. And
I already felt it for a year that it's not working.
another thing is if you're not delegating at your current business and you're not hiring help for what
Oh,
things you can do that you're like, man, I could hire somebody to do this. I just don't want to pay somebody right now. Well, you're probably shortening yourself from having greater success here just because you want to do or be in control of everything or the operation or this and that when you can actually hire somebody to do that. So you got to examine the entire thing and say, can I really delegate this task to somebody so I could free up time? In this house, we had to make a decision. We needed people to come and clean the house. And my wife was not loving that idea. She hated the idea. She didn't want nobody cleaning her house. So it's pride, you know. I was like, it takes us 6 hours to clean this freaking house. And those 6 hours, we can invest it in whatever we want. So I'm paying somebody. So a portion of the business is the tax write-off, people. Okay. So a portion of the business pays for what? The cleaning of the house. There's things that you can delegate. And if you're a businesswoman, nobody should be cleaning your house. I mean, no, you shouldn't be cleaning your house. You should be paying somebody to clean your house. Period. I mean, if you got like people in the house, like our kids, they do dishes and stuff like that, and my son mows the lawn. I'm not gonna pay somebody to do that because they can do it. But other things, we pay. We delegate. We buy time. So there could be things in your business, your primary one, that you can delegate or hire, which will free up time to build this one. Start thinking about that. Systems. Start thinking about that. I'm a business major, by the way. So that's why I know a little bit.
I wanted to say something to Aileen. Can I?
Sure. It's a community.
Because you might relate to me, and like I did like that part that Carlos said, that you are I mean, you have two jobs, and that's the way I felt for a long time with Beachbody. I'm pretty much a full-time mom, stay-home mom, and I got to a point that I was so frustrated because I was not moving my business the way I wanted to, and I was not having fun anymore. And then once I lost that, I started losing my motivation as well. And this past year, I changed my mindset completely. I said, my priority are my kids, and they're little. I'm not going to make any more changes until they go to school. You know what I mean? So once they go to school full-time, then I can maybe be full-time with Beachbody. But at this point, I'm going to keep it as a part-time. So once I change that mentality, everything has been like really smooth, and I've been doing my Success Club 10 every month. And I'm like having fun again with my girls and working out early in the morning and enjoying my meals and having more fun in my groups. And that is just a process. Nothing's going to stay the same. Like right now, I know you're working your business, and I understand completely how you feel. But at this point, like Carlos said, that is your priority. And don't feel bad about it. Because if you let the situation stress you out, then you can get to a point that then people quit. I've seen it. People quit because they can't handle it. And it's not a competition, like I've been here 5 years and I'm a diamond 1 star. Val is about to catch up with me, and she's been with us not even a year. And that doesn't mean anything. That just means everybody has different priorities. Like I know she wants to come home soon and leave her job. And if she's able to do it, that's okay. But for everybody it's different. So I just wanted to share that with you, because since I made that change, it worked better for me. So maybe that's for you too.
Thank you.
Amazing. That's good. And
Yeah.
that's good that you share that, Bianca, because everybody's running their own race.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has different lives, priorities, backgrounds. Really, nobody's having a race with you. You are having a race with you.
Yeah, I'm my own race.
Okay. So as long as you improve yourself every year, you're in progress. Okay. You're doing great progress. And that's the way we measure our business. Are we getting a little bit more volume than last year? Well, we're doing good. Are we getting a little bit more pay than last year? Well, we're doing good. That's just the way I look at it. It was never a race. It took us how long in the business to reach 15 star? In the business, 9 years. I mean, we had friends, close friends in the business that made it in 4 years, 3 years. We didn't compare ourselves to them. We have a different goal. A lot of people tell us, man, the way you guys are earning, you should be driving a Mercedes. I'm like, no, I shouldn't, because I got different priorities with my money. I'm investing the crap out of our money, and we're driving the same car. We have one car in the house. Multiple six figures a year. We still drive one car. It's paid off. It's amazing. It feels good when the car's paid off. So we have different goals, and I'm not going to compare myself to somebody just because of what they do and how they did it. You run your own race and use Beachbody as a cash cow. Milk it, and use this money to get rid of debt. Use this money to invest. Use this money to do things you want to do that you were restricted for a long time. And that's what we use it for. We got out of debt, and then we use it for investments, eventually pay the house off. But that's just it. You just gotta have your priorities straight. And if you keep your priorities straight, you're gonna enjoy being a coach. And that's all that is. All right. So it's 10
I
o'clock.
already do, so that
That's
you don't
good.
have to ask me twice.
That's good. That's good. So we hit the hour mark, and I hope that you enjoyed tonight's call. Next week, make sure that you bring somebody new to the call. We need to grow this. Okay. Run the word out there. And well, I'll bid you a good night, and I'll see you next week. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.